Hello.
Hello. Hey, Juanna Smoke. How's it going?
Oh,
Doing
I'm
well?
super good.
Absolutely. Well, we're happy to have you brightening up our day with that incredible outfit that you made yourself, from what I
Thanks.
understand.
Thanks. Yep, I made
Absolutely.
it myself. Did it in a day. No, nothing crazy.
No, well, I think you did a kick-ass job.
Thank
So,
you.
you might be wondering why I'm here by myself today.
Yeah, what's the tea?
What's the tea? Well, my friend Jonathan, he became such a giant spirit that he combusted and evaporated.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Baby, do you wanna go out tonight? I don't know, I don't know. Baby, are we gonna go out tonight? Maybe so, maybe so. So we live life, so we make friends, so we smoke blunts, it never ends, so we stay.
That's crazy.
So
No.
I had to go out and I had to find someone to help me through this journey. So
Oh.
I dug deep, and
Oh.
you might know this person. We'll see. So let's bring
Oh.
her in, and she should be here any minute now. Drum roll, please.
Hi.
Vonnie.
Hey,
Hi.
sis.
How are
You look
you?
amazing.
Oh, you
I'm
look
good.
better
How are
than me.
you?
Oh, I'm
So
good.
Shut
Just
up.
living my
That's
best
definitely not
life.
true.
so
Yes, that skin's all quarantine cleared up.
Oh, honey, it's just pounds and pounds of makeup and 3 hours of my
Yes.
life. Yeah.
I want to smoke. We brought a special guest for those at home. This is Nirvana.
Thanks.
Nirvana, you want to tell everybody about what you do?
Well, my name is Nirvana. I've been friends with Raul and Jonathan for a very long time. We worked in the restaurant industry together, and I am in love with the arts. I want to get involved with it in any sort of way. I love music, theater, dance, creative directing, just anything that has to do with the arts. And Juanna Smokes has been my friend since high school, and I'm super excited to be here just to like hear her input on some things that's been going on and just like the drag life right now because it must be crazy. So
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear your opinion and what's been going on about that.
Absolutely, and
Cute. I'm
we're
so happy to see you.
absolutely. And thank you, Nirvana, for joining me because Jonathan's spirit combusted, as I've been telling everybody.
You couldn't
and
handle all this.
No
yeah,
problem.
so
Thank you for having me.
absolutely, yeah. So basically, he spirited away, pun fully intended. So you guys met in high school. What was
Hmm.
that like?
It was super fun. We pretty much became friends through the drama club, which was super cute and fun and kind of helped me become the person that I am today, honestly.
For
Um,
sure.
yeah, so that's how we met, and became, we just stayed friends forever after that. I mean, I love Nirvana. Like, we keep up, we keep in touch all the time.
That's awesome.
We did a musical together.
You guys had a musical,
We
Susical.
did, we did the Seussical.
the
We
And
Susical,
did Rent.
Dr.
yeah,
We did
Seuss.
Rent.
yeah, but I thought too, we were both leads in Susical, so I'll take that
That's true. That's
one.
true. That's true.
Like, you definitely liked Rent more because you were an actual person.
Who are
Right,
you?
right, right.
In Seussical, he was Horton the elephant, and I was Jojo, a little boy.
And what about Rent?
In
I'm
Rent,
sorry?
I
And what
think I
about
was
in Rent?
Mark.
You're a Mark. That's cool.
Yeah. You think? Yeah, you were
Honestly,
definitely Mark.
I don't remember. I do not remember anything from that show anymore. Like,
Oh no, I like Rent. I think it's a great musical.
No, that
Mark's a
that
good
was
oh, for
character.
sure.
that was a great show.
And then
Yeah,
who
that
did
was a
you
great
play
show.
that you said that you didn't play a person?
Oh, and
Nirvana.
Rent, I was just in the ensemble.
Oh, okay. Ensemble.
Yeah.
A party.
But Kevin and I, like, that's how we figured out our love for music, I think through theater. And then that's how we kind of just like spirited away and did our own stuff. I think that's why we've been friends for so long, because I just like, we both have a passion for music, and I'm sure like we're going to talk about that.
Oh, absolutely. No, and look, we can talk about whatever we want. This is our show. It's our little world. This is knowledge, nonsense, and reasoning, just in case you got lost. So, and it's crazy because me and Juanna Smoke actually just started talking again for this interview, but we met, what, 4 years ago, was it, at EDC?
Yeah, we met at EDC. That was so fun. Honestly, I've been dying to go to EDC again. I haven't gone back since then. I got my fill, I guess.
Yeah, I got yeah, well, we'll see when EDC comes back to us, right? Because I don't like how that looks. It's not looking great.
What's not looking great?
Music festivals coming back.
So,
I mean, they're gonna come back eventually. It's just,
eventually for sure. Just
not this year.
Oh, definitely not this year for sure.
Has drag clubs and drag shows like been happening again, or like what's the scene over there?
Yeah, you're out in California, right?
I'm in Los Angeles, right in Koreatown.
Angeles. How's that right now with the COVID situation?
Well, I can say like California's been taking COVID way more seriously, at least at first, than like Florida has. And so, you know, a lot of stuff is still shut down. So like, you know, like the bars are still shut down. Like I know here or there sometimes there's like small things happening, but pretty much the bars are closed. There's no drag shows happening. Everything's happening online. And so people just doing like a lot of like Twitch shows and like Zoom shows, which has been really cute. You know, it's kind of added like a whole new element to drag.
Can people still like donate money?
Yeah. People are like tipping still.
Okay.
But I think people are gonna tip more, you know, in person.
For sure.
But yeah, I mean, I do miss. To me, like going out in drag is like the funnest part of drag, and like putting on a show in front of people, in front of a live audience. So it's kind of like lame for me. You know, it's kind of sucks, you know. But you know, everybody's just trying to make do. It's been cool because I've been able to like focus on myself during quarantine. So, you know, during quarantine, I styled like 8 different wigs. Like I've been like putting together outfits. I started like shooting music videos.
That's crazy.
Like I just focused on myself. I was able to like finish remastering my album because it had just kind of been sitting there waiting, like me tinkering on and off for a long time. And then during quarantine, I was just like, I'm tired of tinkering with this piece of shit. So like I like focused on it and finished it, and like I'm ready to put it out into the world, and I'm happy with it, and like I'm ready to move on to new projects too.
That's awesome. So this project that you just released, that's like your finished EP, right?
So I just released like how do I say this? I released like a EP in 2017, and then I've been kind of like doing single things ever since. And really, so I released 2 music videos, and they were both for songs that were on that original EP, but they're like completely reworked and remastered. And I think they sound like a lot better that they did back then when I was like, you know, just really starting to
messing around with beats.
Yeah, you know, like the more it's crazy because like, especially like in these programs like Ableton, there's like a huge learning curve, and like the only way you can like learn how to work these things is just by like spending time on them and like playing around and experimenting and saying, oh, I hate this, oh, I like this, oh, I need to start from scratch. Like so I've been doing that for like 3 years on like a lot of these songs, and I'm finally like ready to just like move on, put them out. I feel like I'm so comfortable with how they sound. And yeah, I'm just
That's
like
awesome.
I'm ready for new chapters.
Absolutely, but Come Through. That's a banger.
It's so cute, right?
I like it. It's a banger. It's a fun little song for sure.
I feel it's
really
like
fun.
the happy song of the album, I feel.
Yeah, definitely.
I definitely feel like the album overall is kind of like a little aggro, because that's just kind of like how I am. I'm like a little aggressive.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
so
it's good to have a little bit of attitude for sure. Damn.
Yeah.
Hold on. Am I recording? All right, cool. My camera's recording. For a second, I thought it wasn't. Record.
Imagine.
Oh my God. No, it's not ideal.
Like it was recorded.
No, it actually happened to us once because so like we did a whole podcast, me and Jonathan here. And yeah, what's up, Jonathan? Jonathan's all right. Jonathan's over there. Well,
hey girl.
Hey, for sure. Hey girl.
His molecules.
Molecules for sure. But yeah, so we recorded the whole podcast. I think it's like episode 4 or 5. And yeah, my camera didn't work the whole time. So you just hear me talking from the side, like, hey guys, how's it going over there? No,
That's
super
horrible.
cringe. Super duper cringe. But
So how long after you produced the music, sorry to go back to this, how long after you produced the music, like, did you decide to make videos? Did you decide to take your music seriously and like finish it?
Well, I just feel like I always like intended to make videos. I had like, you know, kind of like purchased my own camera like a year ago. And I always had like the intention of making videos, but I kind of just like,
You edited everything yourself for your videos?
yeah, I did completely
That's
everything.
so crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's
I didn't know
insane.
that. I did not
Yeah,
know that. That's so cool.
I shot the videos and edited them myself.
That's crazy, Kevin.
Yeah.
wait, so
Well,
you
you
do
know,
everything by yourself. You pick the locations, you direct, you shoot it, you do everything.
right. Yeah. The only
That's
person who
awesome.
like helps my husband helps me sometimes. So he like is the camera person really, but I'm kind of like, he's not really like a camera person. He's just holding the
Sure.
camera for me. So I'm kind of like telling him, hey, I like need you to do this and I want you to get this kind of a thing.
For sure.
And,
But it's
shout out
technically
to
your
the hubby.
entire project.
Yeah, that's awesome. Bro.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
fucking
and it's really awesome. I'm like,
That's so
I feel like
cool.
that's one of like the most fulfilling things about drag is like from top to bottom, like everything you do it yourself. So like I styled this wig, I made this costume. You know, I went
That's
and bought the
beautiful, by the way.
Thank you. I went and bought the fabric myself. Like, you know, I went and I go and I spend years making my own music and then I go out and shoot my own videos. Like,
And when did you
it's-
start doing drag?
so like when probably like that year right before I moved to LA, which was in 2016, toward the end of like 2015, I wanted to like do drag for Halloween. So, you know, I kind of like was playing with makeup, that kind of thing. And then I went to P House on Halloween night, you know, and had fun and looked like a busted ass mess. And then when I moved to LA, I kind of spent a few months. Yeah, I mean,
It happens. It happens. It's the process,
truth is
honey.
the
It's the
truth. Yeah, it's the
process.
process.
Exactly.
It's okay, look. I don't do drag and I've still looked like a busted ass mess before. Don't sweat it. Though.
No, yeah, well, it's worse. It feels
Still
worse when you
looking.
spend like 4 hours on your makeup and you still look like a busted ass mess. So that's like some shit. And that's like that was probably like the first like 3 or 4 years of my drag was just like looking crunchy, which is totally like okay, like totally okay. Like support your crunchy queens. Like I'm still a little crunch. Like it's cute. Like it's fun. You know.
I don't know the lingo.
Long way
What does
though, Kev.
I don't know. Wait,
You
but
look
hold on.
amazing.
Oh
Thank
yeah, no,
you.
yeah, you're killing the game. But also, what does crunchy mean? I don't know the lingo.
Just like messy.
Like,
Like,
yeah,
ratchet.
like
Oh no, like I hear
ratchet,
crunchy.
like
Amateur.
I hear yeah.
like you're
oh, okay.
like crusty. Like you look crusty.
Yeah, like
Crusty.
okay. See, like that's what crusty and crunchy are not the same word.
Yeah.
But they are.
But,
Yeah. So then, yeah, I just kind of like started doing drag, maybe like that August. When I moved here, I like started going out to the clubs, kind of like looking really busted. And then along the way, I started making friends. And that's like the coolest thing about drag is like people either love you or hate you from the moment they see you. They make a judgment, you know who to fuck with and who not to fuck with. Good. So yeah, I have like my 3 sisters, Scarlet Moon, D'Angelo, and Shiny Hooker. And we all just kind of like were throwing our own parties, and they kind of like helped influence my drag. They'd say, hey girl, you look a little busted here or there. You should do this, you should do that. And I just kept trying to look better all the time. And eventually, you know, the phoenix rises from the ashes. So yeah, just doing shows in LA and being ratchet and getting drunk and being messy and kind of like building up a small reputation for myself. And it's been cool. Yeah.
Now, when you started doing drag, did you always know that you also wanted to be in music as well? Or did that come later after doing the drag?
Yes, I feel like music's probably always been like that thing I've always wanted to do. And when I kind of like discovered drag, I kind of discovered that, you know, it could be a vehicle for my talents. And so that's kind of like how I feel like it always is, kind of like, and you know, I kind of like have analyzed this thing about like pop stars, and really like anybody who's a pop star is a drag queen. Like when you think about Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande, they're wearing wigs, tons of makeup, you know, they've got lighting,
costumes,
they've got couture costumes, they're all drag queens. And so essentially I just wanted to be doing the same things that they were doing. And I realized that drag was like a good way to do it. And it has been. So yeah, I love it.
Absolutely. And those are some great footsteps to follow for sure. Would you say that you have any other people that have influenced your sound, your look, anything like that?
Well, when it comes to my look, I've kind of always liked more of, my friends call me like the troll of drag. Like I look like a troll doll. Like my drag has never been like pretty per se. Like I don't try to look like a woman really. It's always kind of like this other dimensional, worldly kind of thing. And you know, I always kind of like lean into that for the most part. I really love using my drag like almost like a mood ring. So especially like I kind of feel like throughout my life, like different colors like represent like different periods of my life, and I just like to reflect that through my drag. So I've been like in this very like orange mood for like the past month. So I'm like feeling orange right now. And when it comes to like music influences, it's kind of hard to say. I mean, obviously like there's a lot of pop influence and like indie artist music. I think like the thing I struggle most with my music is like wanting to be something that I just am not there yet. Like wanting my music to be something that where I'm not at that level of skill yet, and like I've just like learned to accept and cope with it, and just continue to keep trying and getting better and learning and growing.
Yeah, well, that's the only way to really do it. You know, you have to put in those 10,000 hours. You got to put in that time. But bro, I think that you're off to a great start. I like your sound. It's very distinct. Maybe because I don't listen to that genre of music too usually, but your sound stands out to me for sure.
Cute. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like your videos. I like your videos that they're outside. Now, I see a lot of street art in the background. Do you consciously pick those areas, or do you just go somewhere and just work with what's around you?
Yeah, a lot of the videos, like the videos that I've shot have been very, very local. You know, obviously, like I'm a drag queen, we're in quarantine. There's not like a lot that I can do. You know, I can't even really like get my friends together and do like something because, you know, I think everybody's also worried about being canceled and being seen with too many people. So I'm just kind of like picking local areas and doing my own thing. I'm kind of like, how do I say this? Like, I hate letting go of like creative control. Like I'm horrible like to give like direction to, like when it comes to like, oh, maybe you should do this with how you look or this with your music. Like I hate I hate letting go of control. So, yeah, I mean, I take a lot of what's available and I just try to make it work, you know, and I try to make it work knowing that I can do it.
Well, it makes sense on why you feel that way. You've created your own sound, your own look. You've done everything on your own. So,
Yeah.
yeah, you should feel a sense of ownership for that.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah, like for sure. Like if somebody came in here and told us what to do with our podcast, we might listen, but we might get a little sensitive about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nervy.
I'm
I'm
like,
sure that you could relate to that as well.
yeah, I feel like I'm so sensitive to that.
Yeah.
Like, and I really try not to be, because I don't think it's necessarily like a good thing to be that way. Like, definitely, obviously people have like perspectives that are different than yours. And like, for the most part, I feel like people are usually right, especially if it's like more than one person telling you something. But, you know, it's still hard to get to let other people influence what you're doing. Especially when you're kind of like an underground artist, you know, yeah. I don't know how to extrapolate further on that, but, you know, it's a thing.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a thing.
Nervy, has that happened to you? That like you felt like a sense of ownership that might have been slightly extended?
I mean, I'm sure with music, we all like feel a sense of pressure to fit into like a certain genre or like find the right words to express an emotion that you're feeling. So I feel like when it comes to creativity, like we all have like a sense of like pride when we do it, because it's like the one thing that we can be vulnerable with and like letting ourselves go like fully free in. And I feel like once you're putting yourself in that position, like, yeah, you do get kind of hurt when anybody just wants to like mess with your shit or just change it or like critique it. But you know, you have to learn how to accept like criticism now, I feel.
Yeah.
Like how you said before, how you like to hang around your friends and they like tell you, you go girl, your hair's not right here, your lashes are not looking right, this is not looking right. And it pushes you to a sense of direction. Like it's not even like you're hurt or you're sensitive, it's just using it to motivate you to do something better the next time you go out there.
Yeah.
You know, I remember what I was going to say. It's like you work yourself up to be like, how do I say, like to put yourself out there, you know, you build up like this wall and this courage of like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put this out there. I'm gonna walk out like this. And then like someone's like, oh, this is a little crooked. This is a little off. And then you're like, fuck. Like, I just like built all this confidence, like trying to be this thing. And you came over here and were like, honey, like move this hair to the side. And you're just like, fuck.
And it all just collapses. And they have no idea. They have no idea what they just did either.
Yeah. And they're right, you know, they're right to do that because they're like your friends and stuff.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And another perspective, we all have our own opinions, so.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
How do you guys feel like when you put something out there and there's just a lot of opinions about your work or about what you're doing?
So see,
can't relate.
I don't know about a lot, but I've had multiple, so I guess that's a number. So here's the thing: when one person says something, that sticks with me more than when multiple people say something. I don't know if it's like a fight or flight thing that I have, but basically, if like one person says something, I'm like, oh, okay, maybe that stood out. But then like if multiple people are like just saying different things, I'm like, yo, you know what? Fuck all this. I'm going to follow my instincts. And that's what got me here.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's totally all about following your instincts, because at the end of the day, like you need to be happy with what's going on. So like just follow your instincts, because usually they're trying to take you down the path that's right for you, not for other people, for you.
Yeah, for for sure. And I think like that's a big problem. So with like, especially when you're putting yourself out there, you know, you start this following your instincts, but then your judgment gets clouded. So then of course your results might get clouded, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah. You don't want to end up with something that's not yours anymore.
That you don't even recognize it.
It's like I've like have had people give me like costumes for my drag, and I'll put them on, and maybe I'll go out and wear them that night, but I'll like never post a picture. And it's because I'm like, this doesn't feel like it's me. It doesn't feel like I made it. It doesn't feel like I put work and time into it. You know, it's not, I didn't listen to my instincts, and now, you know, I have to deal with that. Like, yeah. So I've just kind of like learned to just do things the way that I want to do them. Listen to people if I feel like they're right, and if I feel like they're wrong, then just, you know, fuck it.
Yeah. Hey man, you gotta live and die by it. You know, you're trying to do what you want to do with your life. You're taking ownership of your life. Come on, bro. You decided to become a singing drag queen. That's a lot of courage. You put yourself out there, and yeah, for sure. If you're not honest with yourself while doing that, when would you be honest with yourself, right? Come on, like that's a commitment, for sure. And yeah, and so what have been some misconceptions that you've faced since doing drag? Well, starting drag, I guess.
You know, I feel like the community in LA is pretty cool and has been very accepting. I think it's just like more the straights. You know, occasionally you'll be outside and people will go crazy. For the most part, I feel like people are really awesome in LA. Like, they don't care. You know, most people either don't care or they love it. There's very few people who like get upset by it. But there have been times where I've been on the train and people are like yelling at me, and I have to threaten them like, do you want to get pepper sprayed today?
Yes.
Do you want to get pepper sprayed?
You want to get pepper sprayed with a little bit of attitude on top, right?
Are you ready for that? I'm ready for it. Yeah, so I mean, but really it's like pretty chill. Like, kind of like I said, like I feel like drag is like a filter. When I go outside, I immediately know who's into it and who's not, and I know who's like a fake ass bitch and who I don't have to be interested in. Like, you know, some people, I walk by them and they like are disgusted, and then other people like freak out like in such a positive way where they're like, oh my god, like you look so crazy amazing, da, 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 da. I have to take a picture with you, da, 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 let me follow you, da, 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 da. So it's like all over the place, and I love like drag brings like such a spectrum of emotion to life sometimes.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that for me? I don't know too much about it. I'm just curious about like what, like that sounds really profound. Elaborate on that for me.
I mean, yeah, it's just like this thing of like I mean, I don't know how to elaborate further. It's just very like drag, you know, takes, you know, first of all, it's like, drag is almost like a protest. So, you know, it's about like destroying the concept of gender. Some people are like very stuck in their ways when it comes to gender. Like, you know, to me, gender is a social construct. Like, what determines someone to be a boy or a man is really just their choice to present in that way. And so, you know, drag is kind of like playing with that line and saying like, hey, like, I'm over here, I'm like having a good time, like, and I look crazy, and like you aren't even sure what I am. And it's, you know, just kind of like saying like, hey, like, gender is like a spectrum, and you know, I just feel like some people are so stuck in like patterns in their brain where, you know, people who dress up are a certain way or feel a certain way, like, you know, they just feel so much hatred toward them. Like, you know, those people who have been angry at me when I'm in drag, it's just like, girl, what are you mad about? Like, I'm just here drunk, high, and like living, and I'm trying to like do a show. Like, why are you angry? Like,
they probably don't even know why they're angry, honestly.
Like,
they probably have no
on?
idea what they're angry about.
Yeah, I mean,
have the courage to go dress up themselves. Maybe they want to wear a dress and they're just not ready for it. You know what I'm saying?
And sometimes people are just confused, and their reaction to being confused is anger. And like, I totally get it. Like, it's cool, but like,
But it's not cool.
everybody's just trying to have a good time. So how about you like go mind your own business and like go have a good time somewhere else. Leave me alone.
All right, guys, and that's the end of the show. No, I'm kidding.
Have a good time. Bye bye.
All right, but yeah, no, for sure. I mean, yeah, like I find it crazy that at this point, that's still something that you have to deal with on any basis, even if it's so small. In a community like Los Angeles, it's crazy that that's a problem with people,
And I mean, it's still like there's like big problems within the drag community. Like, we have a lot of, and I'm not saying this is specific to LA, this is just in general, but there's a lot of like cisgender white men who do drag, and then they want to gatekeep drag, and they want to say, hey, women can't do drag, or trans people can't do drag, or like men can't do drag, or it's just like, shut up. Like
it was never made to have boundaries. Why are you putting
yes, the whole point of drag is to destroy, like,
be free,
destroy the gender boundaries, literally. So like, how are you gonna be like, oh, women can't do drag, oh, trans women can't do drag, oh, men can't do drag? Like, shut up. Like,
and a lot of our contouring makeup that we do today that is like in fashion today comes from drag.
Yeah. I mean, essentially everybody wakes up and they do drag. When you put on your uniform to go to work, you're in drag. And so it's just kind of like, people need to just open up their minds a little, and like open up their hearts, and then open up their legs.
You heard it first from Juanna. That is the name of his new album. Open up your minds, open up your hearts, and open up your legs. Breaking news on KNR podcast. But all jokes aside, exclusive. We get the exclusives here. Come through, guys. But no, absolutely. But all jokes aside, yeah. For sure, people do need to open up their hearts and their minds a little bit more, and maybe that leads to the last part, right? Your words, not mine. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And now, outside of music, Juanna Smoke. Juanna Smoke is a person at this point. So, outside of music, what are some goals that you're striving for?
It's just kind of like continuing to work on music and build a presence online. Really, it's just kind of my goal right now. Kind of just making music. I really think like for the next album, I want to collaborate with people more. Because sometimes I feel like it gets kind of lonely. Just like working on a project for 3 years by yourself, It would be cool to have artists like to bounce off of and to sort of also learn from. Because I just feel like I do have like a lot to learn when it comes to production. It does not come easy for me. My whole album comes from just me spending a lot of time on it and listening to it over and over again and making tweaks and adjustments and watching videos online and learning and doing things. And I'd love to just like work with other people who kind of like have their systems of working and to be able to learn and to make music together and just do like projects together. I think that would be so cool and fun. And I feel like it would be valuable to just me as a producer.
Absolutely.
Are you stressed that you have to do everything by yourself? Because that's super stressful to me, like to have to write, engineer, produce, make the music videos, edit. Like, yeah, it is a 3-year project, but if you work with someone else, I feel like it'll take a little bit of the load off for yourself too. Like, it's crazy. I feel like that's super stressful.
Yeah, well, but at the same time,
super impressive to me though that you did it. It's super crazy.
At that point, you have a singular, uncompromised position. That's it. Like, at that point, you have a sole point of view. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it.
Yeah.
There's nothing being compromised. And yeah, it's being harder, but there is a beauty in that, and just one vision. And
Yeah, I totally don't regret it. Definitely, it had its moments, where I was, frustrated with my work, or maybe I'd like put my work aside for a few months, and then maybe I'd go back and try to get into it. But at the same time, it's kind of cool to like look at it, because it's just like a body of work that's completely mine. Like, here is my skill set. And hopefully just like I can look at the next album and say, oh wow, my skill set has improved so much, or
Right.
my music has gotten so much cooler, or it's taking a whole new direction. And so it's cool to kind of like, I feel like I have like this baseline of like, this is like the baseline. Like my album, The One, is the first album. It's like the baseline to who or what Juanna Smoke is. And I just want it to be like, it's the one branch on the tree, and then I want it to start branching off and becoming other things. So yeah, I mean, of course it's stressful to like, have to spend so much time and money and effort and this kind of stuff, putting together a project like this, but it's also really cool and creatively satisfying. Like, it just feels very creatively satisfying. Like, it just feels like
I'm sure.
I just feel like this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. And like, I'm doing it. And it's like cool to see it, and to see, even just like, 10 listeners on Spotify every month. Like, that is cool to me. There's like 10 people who are listening to my music. I might not even be like connected to them, like, in any way. There's just, here's the streamer in Sweden who listened to me today. Oh, that's really cool. Like, so it's cool to be able to just see myself grow and change and move on and become a better artist. It's very creatively satisfying. I feel like I'm constantly learning like things about all of the different crafts that I'm doing, like makeup, hair, making outfits, music, like all the time. I just feel like I'm constantly like learning a new skill. And I love it. Like, it's so awesome to be able to do that all the time.
Yeah, for sure. How could that not be awesome? You're literally learning how to be a better version of what you want to do at all times. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we could definitely relate to that over here. We do everything on our own here, and yeah, we just been learning every day more and more. For sure.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So and y'all are turning it out.
So for your next project, like, I know you said before that you would want to work with other people. Like, for your next project, would you want to do it by yourself again, or do you want to collaborate with other people and like possibly like let them help you?
I definitely feel like the next project is like, I do want to start collaborating more with people. Just to be able to like get out of the box that I'm in, like, or that I feel creatively that I'm in. Like, I definitely have this like Juanna box of like things that I just feel are me, and I feel like it's always going to take someone else to get you out of your comfort zone, to try different things, to try different sounds. And I feel like the only way that I could do that is, or at least the best way that I could do that, is like working with other people, either like them like co-producing or co-songwriting, or just having them sing on a track with me, or whatever it is. Like, I just feel like I need to open up the world of Juanna musically to other people, if I ever want more people to listen,
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That absolutely makes sense. Yeah, of course. Like, you have to broaden your horizons and reach different groups, and yeah, like, it's great to have your core listeners, but ideally you want all the listeners, right? For lack of a better term, I guess. And I mean, and I think that, look, if your message is honest, your message is pure, you're not like, you're obviously not a hateful person, so I don't see why you wouldn't have an audience. Not a matter of if, just a matter of when. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's like kind of like something I keep in my head a lot. Just kind of like, you know, I do feel like I do this a lot more for me than I'm doing it for other people. And so it's kind of like, you know, when my album does come out in September, when, you know, I make $50 off of it, like, I'm not going to be upset about it. Like, it's going to feel like cool, like dope. I made like $50 for my album. Like, that is so cool. That's $50 more than I ever made in college from just music streams. Like, there's like that is cool. Like, that is cool to me, you know, like.
That's more money than you've ever made in college, on campus, anywhere.
Seriously. So, like, I'm not pressed about it. Like, I'm not looking for, you know, I don't log on to my YouTube and be like, oh no, I have like 150 views on this. Like, I'm like, oh, that's really cute. Like, maybe the algorithm will turn it out one day. And maybe like Ellie Goulding in a year or two, all of a sudden a song will pop off. Cause like that song, one of Ellie Goulding's like first songs, the Light song. Yeah, that song was like years old. Like it was like years old. And then like it just blew up in America one day. And so, you know, I'm like not pressed. Like anything can happen. Like, you know, who knows what's going on or what could happen or, you know, where I end up. Like, you know, obviously I still like want to pursue like not just music, but like, you know, acting opportunities and just like television opportunities. Like I was on an episode of Caso Cerrado, which is really cute. I actually flew out to Miami.
Caso Cerrado?
Yeah.
Caso Cerrado, dude.
Let's tell the audience about this experience.
Oh, it was like so cute. Actually, you know what? I don't think I could talk about it too much because I signed an NDA. But
okay, then I guess.
I flew out to Miami and I got my friend deported by accident, so it was cute. We should cut that.
Watch it on YouTube. Just watch it on YouTube.
Yeah,
just watch it on YouTube, guys.
Caso
Cerrado. What's the? Do you know? Yeah. Can you say the name of the episode at least? Is that a thing?
Oh my god, I don't know. Just honestly, if you Google
just put Caso Cerrado drag queens.
No. So Google Caso Cerrado Juanna Smoke and I will show up.
There it is.
Oh, okay.
Caso Cerrado Juanna Smoke.
There it is.
Search it up, guys. You won't regret it.
Yeah. It was really cute though. It was a fun time. And I just want to do like more stuff like that, like be on TV, turn out a look. Yeah, whatever life throws at me, I'm down.
Absolutely. And something I want to go back to is you were talking about how the drag community has been going on Twitch and Zoom stream. Is that what it was? And so is that something like, how do you feel about that? Obviously, it's not as great as, you know, being out with your friends, connecting with people. But do you think it's at least helpful to get, you know, your voices out there?
I feel like it's very a mixed bag. You know, I'm gonna be like completely honest. Like,
yeah, drop it.
I feel like most drag queen performers are not good. So when you know we make this transition to online digital, like it's cool because like the people who are good, like you get to see them. Like you can replay the video, you can watch it, you can really like enjoy it. And then like the thing is with like a lot of these like streaming shows, you kind of just have to sit there through the like, you know, when you're in the club, like if you're not feeling the number, you can like turn around,
walk away.
Yeah, you can walk away.
Go get a drink.
You go get it. You're like, oh, this
run away.
Let me go get a drink. I hate this girl. I'm gonna go get a drink.
Run out of the club.
Online, like I guess you could mute it, but it's almost like more fun to see and like judge. So you're kind of just like, yeah,
and like
work it out.
Muted. I wonder how that must be. It's just a bunch of, you know.
Yeah, so I mean, so
good or not, but a bunch of
sometimes
that.
It can be like really cringy, honestly, like seeing some of these numbers online. But you know, sometimes you find a nice little gem that's a good, cute time, and you know, you appreciate those more because you're like, oh my god, like yes, you actually like turned it out for me. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. No, I mean, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense.
Like, I feel like people are gonna be mad for me for saying that, but you know what? The truth is the truth. Y'all need to do better.
You heard it here first on KNR. You gotta do better.
Exclusively.
Do
Gotta
better.
do better. Don't get mad. Get
Emote.
better, everybody.
Emote
Hey.
and learn how to cut. Learn how to edit a video.
Learn how to edit. Absolutely, guys. You heard it first.
I'm gonna get dragged.
Ha! You're gonna get dragged, right? You're fucking hysterical.
Of course, you like that one, Raul.
Ice. Yeah, no, Juanna Smoke is the queen.
Dude, I have this giant fan here.
What is that?
Oh, that's a fan. I thought that was like a water bottle.
Yeah, yo,
Dude,
I thought that was a other dimension weapon. I was like, oh, you weren't joking, huh? You are.
This is my newest product. No. Juanna fan.
The Juanna fan.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to get ready today?
So I started shaving like at 12, 15, and then like by the time I was out of the shower, I started getting into makeup like at 1. Which is actually like, I feel like I did such a good job today. Like I was so fast. Like I feel like such a bad bitch, honestly. Like, because usually like, I mean, I will give myself hours and hours and hours. Like I really like to, not that I do like to take my time. Like sometimes while I'm getting into drag, I'll have a meal, I'll have a drink, you know, I'll sit down and have like a little toke session, you know. But today I was like, oh, I have 3 hours. I got to get into the gig. But easily there have been times where I like start getting ready at noon and like I'm done like 6, 7, 8, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But that's really like me just like, you know, I'll stop in the middle of what I'm doing and go do something else. And then I'll go back to it. But yeah, I mean, I think like the fastest I ever got into drag, and it looked like okay, was like 2 hours. It's a process, you know. It's like there's a lot of man that I got to cover here, you know. Like there's a lot of angles I got to try to defuse. It's a lot of work, especially because like the process is like so. There's just like so many different steps and processes. Like I do everything, like I do like a layer of liquid for everything first. So like I do like liquid eyeliners, liquid foundations, and I just kind of try to marry all of that for like the first hour. Like doing eyeliner takes like 20 minutes or 30 minutes. Yeah, and then you just like set everything with like powders basically, and then you go over everything with like a colored powder. So really like you're doing everything like twice because you like map it out the first time in like liquid, and then you like set everything in a powder. It takes me forever. I mean, it just takes me forever. Like I'm okay with that though. I love the process of getting into drag. Like you really feel like a bad bitch when once that wig comes on, it like is so transformational. Like I feel like just like
I'm sure.
Yeah, I feel
you
like
feel
my
like
attitude,
the person.
Yeah, you feel like that bitch. Like your attitude just changes. Like it's funny because my friends tell me that when I get into drag, I get more masculine, and I think it's just because I get like more bitchy and like more confident in drag. So I get like more. I like get more masculine and like more serious. Isn't that funny? My friends are shady though.
That is funny.
My friends are shady.
Nah,
like, Juanna, you're being very butch.
Working, girl.
Like,
for sure.
Oh.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I mean, hey, it makes keep the attitude.
I ain't bothered.
It goes well.
Yeah, I'm not bothered. Like it is what it is. I like being an effeminate little queer. Like it's cute. When I'm in drag, I feel like a big ass boss bitch. So it's what it is.
Hey, I don't know if you merchandise yet, but effeminate little queer would make a great shirt.
I do have like you know what? I have to make some new merch because I have like some old shirts from like my first like single. And I feel like I paint my face like completely different to what's on that shirt now. So I gotta start making some new merch because
Yeah.
Who knows what'll happen?
Yeah, absolutely. And you want to be ready. You want to be ready.
Yeah.
Come on. Literally,
Yeah.
you never know these days. From one day to another, it all just spins you around 3 times, and Juanna Smoke is on a fucking billboard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, all it takes is a phone call or a message on Instagram now. I mean, literally, like
crazy.
when I got that Caso Cerrado gig, they just messaged me on Facebook. So
that's it. They just contacted you on Facebook. Hey, Caso Cerrado.
I was like, I was like so skeptical. I'm like, is this real? Like, I'm scared. I was like scared. But I like got there and I was like, oh my god,
is this happening?
Yeah.
Is this real? That's so crazy. Caso Cerrado.
That's awesome. What an experience.
Yeah, it was super cute. It was so fun. To make a fool of myself on TV. Work.
Hey. At least you got to do it on TV. Come on. We all make fools of ourselves on the daily.
True.
At least yours, you can remember forever, right?
For sure. Yeah, it's cute. People were calling me Joker in the comments, and I was here for it.
What are you here for? Do you like all that? Do you like getting riled up?
Oh my god, I remember.
Oh my god. Dude, I mean, honestly, I kind of like can thrive in conflict sometimes. Like that's probably not like a good quality, but when like some shit starts to bother me, I'm like ready to go. Like I'm ready. Like I'm not the one. Straight up.
Virgo mentality.
Yeah, like if something's messing up my Virgo perfection, I'm not here for it. The switch goes off. Like I probably have bipolar. I think I have like bipolar disorder or something like that. But it's like in 2 seconds, I'm like mood shift. Ooh. Don't make me angry.
Triggered. That's it. Then like you got like sirens like where you?
Oh my god.
That's what going on in your head.
It's like I'll go crazy. Like oh my god. Like during quarantine, I was like taking the train, heading home, and then like I have yelled at so many people about like putting their masks on, to the point where I got like so fed up of doing that I just started Ubering again. I was like, I can't put myself in this mental state where like I can't control other people. So you just have to learn how to remove yourself from those situations.
What's the public transportation over there like?
What would they respond to you? Yeah, when you would say those things to them in the public transportation.
Honestly, a lot of people would just like ignore me, and then I would like aggressively stand up and be like, "You're an idiot," and then I would leave.
Oh my god.
Or I'd be like, "You're a fucking loser," and walk away. Like, so honestly, like so unnecessary and extra, but like I just like in the moment, I'm like, people are dying, like there's a pandemic, you're putting me at risk, like fuck you. Like I should be like so aggressive at you, but you're getting like the minimal version of me.
They got lucky. They got off easy. That's what happened. Don't fuck with Juanna Smoke. That's all I know.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. Is there anything else you would like to say? Yeah. No.
Oh, Nirvana, are you working on anything?
I'm dabbling with some podcast stuff too. I like started my own little podcast. I did like
Cute.
About
I didn't know that.
30 takes, but I'm just not like fully done with putting anything out yet. But I think it's really cool that like Raul and Jonathan are doing this and getting us all involved because it's like super motivating, honestly.
Well, we're happy to hear that.
My friend Coda, I'm working with him. He's like my little producer now.
Yeah.
So
my little producer,
yeah,
like
I'm actually gonna send you some music like right now, and then I want to call you separately so we can
collab. Let's collab.
Breaking news all around.
But I'm excited. I'm super excited for music. Actually,
yeah,
it's like been the first time that I've just been like, all right, yeah, let's rock.
Love it.
That you want to follow?
I'm sorry?
would you say that that's the main thing that you want to pursue? Music?
I think I want to pursue too many things in my lifetime, but for myself, like for my personal endeavor, yeah, it's a goal that I would really want to reach. And I mean by that, by like that creative satisfaction that Juana was talking about, just like feeling like satisfied after doing something so important, I feel, just for yourself, like not for anyone else. And I think like music is definitely something I want to creatively like satisfy from like within myself. So yeah.
I super feel that see, like for me that would be film, and like we're starting to work on a couple short films over here, and man, I'm like, we're literally counting down the days. I'm so excited. Like
Fun.
Cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Cool. Like I like this podcast. I'm happy I'm doing it. I'm happy I'm starting it. I'm happy people are watching. But yeah, that's definitely my like personal film. I want to make some fucking movies.
It's super cool, like to just be able to put your hand in so many different cookie jars. It's like I keep repeatedly having this conversation, like to focus on different things. You can't just do one thing because you might not win at that one thing, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And then what if that one thing goes away? Like think about if you did stand-up comedy. You know what I'm saying? Just say you did stand-up comedy, right? Like that was your thing. You were a stand-up comic. And then guess what? All the improvs, all the comedy places closed down. Shit, you're kind of out of luck now, huh? And so it's definitely important to be diverse. That I think that's something especially throughout the pandemic that we've kind of all learned, no? That hey, just because you're good at one thing doesn't mean that one thing's gonna be around forever.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think you guys, I don't know if you guys listen to Imogen Heap, but like she's been doing such a cool like thing throughout the pandemic where it's like every week. I mean, she's like such a like beautifully musically like trained artist. Like she's like, you know, she's like a beast. So every like week she's like goes to her piano and she sets up like a live stream, and then she has people like pay to do like, so people pay her to do like song requests, but then she'll also like spend a lot of time of the stream like doing improv, and it's like so cool to see her like work and like just like improv soundscapes and like, you know, just adjust to the pandemic, like
do it live.
Yeah, like doing stuff live, like being creative live. I think that's so cool. That's definitely, I think, one thing I would love to do is maybe start doing my music like on Twitch, like throughout the process of making it, just like live streaming it, because I feel like people are kind of like interested in that.
People want to see the creative process and the path to the final product. That's about the journey. Sometimes
I find people like their creative process to be like really interesting sometimes, just like seeing how people adjust to things, or just how they work on an album, or like even like seeing like people's like project files like of a track, to me is like very like, my brain like little like they say little wrinkles start to form in my brain, and I'm like, ooh.
Oh, we lost you, Juana.
We lost you.
I'm back.
Oh,
hold on,
you're
I'm
back.
back.
I miss you.
There you go.
I miss you so much.
Sorry, my phone was warning me I have 20% battery left.
Oh my god.
You're good.
I was just gonna say, like, yeah, so I'm excited to like put my album The One to bed. Like it feels like I'm actually like giving birth to like the baby, and I'm like ready to get it out of me. I'm just like ready to get it out and like have another one. Like have another baby.
Have another baby. So so can
September 18th.
Tell everybody September 18th.
Yep. Out September 18th.
Where could they find it?
It's going to be called The One. It's going to be available anywhere you stream music. Sound like not SoundCloud. I don't do SoundCloud anymore. We're going to do like Spotify, iTunes, Tidal, you know, Napster. It's going to be on Napster.
LimeWire, all of it. Yeah.
That's still a thing. That is still a thing. Yes. It's gonna be on Tidal. Yeah.
MySpace, all of it.
Yeah, I mean it's like so cool, like just like being an indie music artist, because you can just like decide things. Like I think we spoke last week, like trying to arrange this, and you were like, "When's the album coming out?" And I was like, "Well, I've always said September, but I never picked like a final day." And I was like, "Oh shit! Like the album's coming out like next month. Like I need to like set that date in stone."
Yeah. I think that
like
question kind of smacked you in the face real quick.
It totally smacked. Yeah, it totally smacked me in the face, and I was like, "Oh my god, this thing is like ready to pop out of me. Like I have to like this is it." Like, and so like literally, I have to go shoot like the album cover, which I think I'm doing this weekend, and then that's it. I think on like later on this week, I'm gonna upload it to DistroKid, and DistroKid is gonna work its magic, and it'll end up on everybody's streaming platforms that day on the 18th, and you can find out all that info and all the links at iwannasmoke.com.
iwannasmoke.com.
Just like an iPhone, iwannasmoke.com.
There it is. And they could find you on what? Instagram, Facebook, Twitter?
Yeah, on Instagram and Facebook, I'm at Ratchet and Gay. I got banned from Twitter because I told President Trump to have a heart attack, so I can't be on Twitter anymore. Like I literally like am they like banned my phone. They banned my phone number. I like cannot like I trolled way too many like Republicans and was being really aggressive on Twitter, and I was telling everybody to like jump off buildings and like please have a heart attack because I hated their politics. Yeah, so honestly I think Twitter was probably right to ban me, but I'm still sad about it.
But I'm so sad about it. And then you got
That's horrible.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
and then you got a new phone number.
And then you got a new phone number.
I have a feeling I'll be back. I do anticipate being back on Twitter in the next few months, and you'll find me there at Ratchet and Gay, I'm sure.
That's great. And then Nirvana, where can everybody find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Nirvanity, as well as where else should they find me?
I don't know. Where else can they find you? In a GPS? On a map? Outer space? Where can they find you?
Name?
Nirvanity? I don't know. I don't know. I just want it to be Nirvana.
Okay, well, that's
perfect. Nirvana's your name is better.
Yeah.
It's like, why would I mess that up, you know? But I'm actually I'm gonna make a page for my like photography and stuff. It's been one of my quarantine goals. So that'll be out next. It'll be at Proven Proofs. And you can also find me on Twitter.
And the Twitter name is also
with 4 Ys. No, Nervy with 4 Ys.
I would encourage all of you guys to get a website through Squarespace. Legit, it's like the easiest way to make a website. And go through GoDaddy to get your URL. It's very easy.
Gotcha.
Very easy. Hashtag not sponsored.
Hashtag not sponsored. But with that said, we're always looking for sponsors.
Hashtag should be sponsored.
Hashtag Squarespace sponsor all of us.
Somebody, anybody, Squarespace, MySpace, no space, I don't care, outer space.
Please.
Somebody, anybody, we need these sponsors. Come on. Look at my mask. Look at this lightsaber. This isn't a real lightsaber.
I just wanted to talk about this because I kind of want you to edit this back in the video.
Okay.
But okay, the part that we were talking about how we have to do many things.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that it doesn't mean that you don't have to like focus your all on the one thing that you actually really want to do.
Oh, for sure.
Because sometimes the other things can like cloud your perception of what you're actually trying to achieve, you know?
For sure. Yeah. Well, yeah, because you're spreading yourself thin. It's like people that have assistants. I think if you have an assistant, you're doing too many things.
Mm.
No, I think so.
Well, I could use an assistant.
Yeah,
No, I don't know. I find that no, I don't know. I find the concept of, oh, I can't do all the things that I want to do, so here, you do some of the things for me. I don't know.
I mean,
it's a little weird to me.
Straight up, if drag ever takes off for me, I feel like I'm gonna have to have an assistant. Like I need someone like
you're gonna have
to like, because imagine like if you're like a touring drag queen, you're like on the road all the time, you're sleepy, like you need to have someone there who's like helps organize your mind and like organizes where you need to be at, because eventually like things just start to blur out. You're like, I'm sure eventually you're just like, I don't know what city we're going to, what day it is, you know, what's going on. Like, especially someone like me, like I feel like if I would ever like had to be on the road, I for sure would need an assistant, because I need to have someone like just worrying about all those things that like, you know, if I'm busy performing, like I can't be worrying about like shooting my own music video or like recording my own video or like doing this and that. Like sometimes you need a little help. And I think that's like kind of like where I'm getting at, you know, it's like we need to be able to like open ourselves up to other people's like creativity and help. So that you can grow, you know? And I feel like assistants do that. They're kind of like creative. If you have an assistant, they're like a creative channeler. You're like, hey, I need you to be my right-hand man to help me channel my creativity. Yeah, I mean, it's almost like a partner, like a little partner for your little gig, you know?
A little partner for your little gig.
I know, like a lot of these like famous drag queens for sure have assistants. Like,
no, for sure, and I understand why. Me personally, I wouldn't ever want to get to the point where I'm too busy to do the things I want to do.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
no, that's just me personally. I totally get it. Yeah. Hey man, if I were touring every day to a different city, I absolutely agree with you on that.
Like I'll pay somebody to make an outfit, you know, eventually at that point.
Oh, okay, well that's different. That's not that's not an assistant.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's like a costumer. But you know, sometimes you just need people to assist you eventually.
Oh, for sure. We all need a pass. We all need an assist sometimes. Nobody does it alone. That's a fact.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
Yeah.
That's what.
I mean, you know how many times I turn to Jared and I'm like, "Hey, does this mug look fierce today?" And if he tells me no, I'm gonna be like, "Oh shit!" Like I gotta do something.
That's funny.
So.
All right. Well, Juanna Smoke, thank you for coming on.
Nirvana. Thank you for having me, Raul. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for being my co-host today. If Jonathan ever turns into the physical world, like mayonnaise on a sandwich, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Okay. I'm so glad you had me. It was so fun.
No, absolutely. It was a ball. Thank you for coming over. I actually learned quite a bit because I don't know anything about anything when it comes to drag. So thank you for dropping some knowledge over here. And
happy to do it.
Oh well, thank you, and we'll do this again. Do you want to plug anything in before we check out?
Yeah, just follow me at iwannasmoke.com. You can get all the data there, Mama. Keep up with the girl.
Absolutely. Nirvana, anything from you?
Thank you for having me, Raul. Looking forward to more of this creative work.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
No, and we're happy to have you. All right, everybody. This is Knowledge, Nonsense, and Reasoning, and we're checking out. Later.
One day a choice was given to me. They told me I could take the red pill, wake up from my slumber, and free the world from its chains. Or take the blue pill, remaining trapped within the matrix of this reality. I chose. And because this is my home, I will fight to save it. I am not the one